Hi, my name is David Hasford, Senior Systems Engineer with TERACAI, focusing on the collaboration side. So today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about insights in this new feature that has been integrated into Webex. So what is Insights? So Insights was a brainchild of a company that was headed by Amy Chan. Well, Cisco went through and purchased them and brought Amy Chan on. So with the departure of Roland Trollope, Amy Chan has stepped in as the Senior Vice President of Collaboration Technology Group at Cisco. And what she's done is she's brought her technology that was developed at a company and brought it and is starting to integrate it and put her fingerprint on Webex. So what does this all mean? So with Insights, they go through and they gather as much information as possible out in the public space, remind you, of everything that is known about every person. So they start gathering this data. They're scouring the internet, every nanosecond and just pulling this data and just collecting data on every single person. So a lot of people are like, well, I don't want them collecting data on me, but this is all public information. So, your LinkedIn profiles, if it's public, your Facebook profiles, if it's public, it pulls from Newswire, any news articles, anything that's pulled about you and the company that you work for. So how is this different? This is different in that it's being integrated directly into Webex. So now when you join a Webex and you put in your first and last name and it matches, on the right hand side now, if you click on that person, it'll start to show you some information about that person. So the way Cisco's kind of touting this is a good thing, right? They want you to be able to have all the information at your fingertips. So now if Amy Chan were to join my Webex meeting, I could click on Amy Chan. I could see what company she's worked for. I can see what's her job title. What has her job title been? The company she worked for, how is their stock doing? What are the latest news articles on that company? And start to pull public information about her right at my fingertips instead of going out and actually finding it on my own. So, is this good or is this bad? My opinion, since it's pulling public information, this isn't a bad thing. It's just giving you more information about the people you're talking to. Especially in my role as a consultant, sometimes I don't really know much about the people or the company even that I'm talking to. I'm talking to them very specifically about a product or something within their company that'll help them, but maybe I don't know that they're a tire manufacturer or another consulting firm themselves, but in a different field. So I don't think this is a bad thing, but this is something that people got to start realizing is that data analytics and the amount of data that's being collected. So in a not so good way, it's showing you how much data is out there out in the public field that is accessible. So if you start thinking about the amount of data that they're collecting, the warehouses that they're just building, collecting data and giving it to other people at their fingertips, right? I listened to Amy Chan do a keynote speak at Enterprise Connect where she was talking about this technology and how it can be used as well, right? So one of the things that a company was doing is going back to like colleges. So big colleges, for example, Syracuse University is very close to us here in Syracuse, obviously. And with Syracuse University, they would be able to present all the data on maybe the last 3 years of graduates and say, okay, here's a bell graph of the people, and here are the top ranked people that have graduated from your college. What degrees did they have? What job titles did they hold? And how fast did they move up? So now the colleges can get a little bit of an idea of, okay, here's all the college graduates in the last 3 years. What programs did the best? Maybe there was a set of teachers that, showed through on the students and helped them progress, or maybe they can go back into their own data and say, okay, well, these students went and got help on getting internships And boom, here we can see that they're on a faster growth path than a majority of the other students that just graduated and went on their own. So it's a way of being able to analyze and look at people compared to other people, but then also being able to give out that data or even sell that data, right? Who knows if Cisco is going to try and sell the data. A company obviously was trying to sell that data and grow their business that way, but then when Cisco acquired them, now Cisco's taking all that data in-house and starting to integrate it. So Amy's integrating it into the collaboration suite. First thing was Webex. That was kind of the easiest way to present some of the data that they already have and integrate it in quickly. So this is where my predictions are starting to come in. I could see that in the other parts of the collaboration suite, right? You get a contact center. Now you call into a contact center. They have your information on file. They match a phone number that you called in on. And boom, all of a sudden, now that agent has information about you that's publicly known or publicly posted. Give them a little bit insight into who you are that's calling in. Maybe it helps out, maybe it doesn't. Maybe they have other data that they're not willing to share at this moment, but they would be able to present to potential customers through a contact center agents to give them more information. So I've said this before, but I really feel like contact center is probably the biggest growth area for Cisco. They're doing a lot with cloud calling and the BroadSoft acquisition and really integrating that into the portfolio. But contact center can use a lot more AI and a lot more machine learning than it already has. So, and what I mean by that is you call into these contact centers and have it automatically pull information on who you are or who'd you last call, who was the last agent you talked to, do we want to route the call to that agent? So there's a lot more flexibility and growth potential in machine learning, artificial intelligence, and even grabbing this information and posting it automatically to agents to give them more information or to more intelligently route the call even to begin with. So some other stuff that I heard that is coming down the line is, the facial recognition. All the new telepresence device, anything with Webex, Webex room kits, they all have the facial recognition built in. So what is this going to do for collaboration? Well, it's going to start matching the people to the faces, and then you can build profiles within your own hub or your own portfolio. And so that way, when the face is recognized, it puts a digital tag underneath of them of who they are. Okay, sounds kind of cool. But what if that person moves within the conference room and now that tag can follow them? So it's not just a generic tag thrown on the screen. It's actually labeled to the person based on that facial recognition. That's some of the other stuff that they're starting to show too. So if you're worried about Big Brother, you gotta understand that all these vendors and all this technology, the way they're going to grow is this artificial intelligence and machine learning. It's the next big curve for integrating into different product sets. So a lot of people have those Google Homes and Alexas. Those are all machine learning and artificial intelligence and listening to you and adapting very quickly and learning a lot, right? We thought Google was collecting a lot of data. Well, there's a lot more companies now that are collecting data. It wasn't that long ago that we saw Facebook, give out too much data to their third-party vendors, or third-party vendors taking advantage of the amount of data that Facebook has. So there's a lot of data being collected on us, no matter where we are. If we touch the internet on our cell phone or anything, data is being collected on us. We walk around, data is being collected. It's just something to be aware of and understand that the times are changing. Some people absolutely hate it. Understood. Some people love it because it's going to help make us potentially safer. I like that part, but it can be used in the wrong hands as well, right? The big thing with a company and the ability to collect data on people is it's got to be able to sort out people as well. Amy Chan even mentioned this in her keynote speech as well. She's got a very generic Eastern Asia type name, Amy Chan. There's probably 100,000 Amy Chans. So they have to collect the data on all those Amy Chans and then sort out what that data actually means to each person, and making sure they're matching it up to the right person, whether it's based on facial recognition, on pictures that are posted on the public, or maybe it's even public information about their age. Maybe they look at their job history and try and cross-match it against another public profile. So even though they're collecting all this data, they got to make sure the data is accurate and presenting it as well. So they got to make sure that they post that information and match it up to the right person. So in summary, this new Insights that's being integrated into Webex is out now. You can turn it on within your portal. It's something definitely worth checking out. And if you get a chance, check out my blog as well with some of the screenshots from it. And you'll start to see why this is so cool and what it's able to do. Or maybe you'll think that it's kind of scary and you find out that it's got way more information on you than you even knew was posted out in the public. So take a look at it. Check out our website, TERACAI.com. Check out our Twitter handle. Check out the blog from the website under resources. And thanks again for listening. David Hasforder, Senior Systems Engineer, Collaboration.